Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for education, analysis, and opportunities in cryptocurrency and blockchain. My name is Lucas.
I'm Jacob.
And of course, if you follow us, you know Jacob is one of our premium researchers into the technology, how things are unfolding. And really, we talk about opportunities in crypto. To know opportunities is really to understand where the problems and limitations are, because the opportunities are really in those projects that are offering solutions. And for those of you who are brand new to crypto or blockchain or alts, so to speak, you're really in the beginning, because these projects and these technologies are just emerging to really build off the foundation that Jacob, you really kind of explained real well, the foundation, the trilemma of blockchain in our last video series. So I'm really excited about the information you have to share with people today. If you like this information, no, this is not financial advice. We're not here to add to your vices. This is just educational content, entertainment. We're all learning this new technology together and sharing what we understand as we understand it. So if you'd like to help us understand more, feel free to comment. Show us a project, give us something to look into. Maybe we'll turn it into a video if we can understand enough to share with others. Hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted when we drop videos. We will let you know what's going on in the world, what's going on in the markets in relation to crypto and blockchain. And of course, what we're really excited about is showing you how to use these different projects to get involved and participate with Web3 wallets, whether it's using MetaMask and Ethereum, Kepler on Cosmos, or chains. But before I go any further, let's talk about this beautiful dAMM information that you found.
Oh yeah, and damn is right. Damn, it feels good. Layer 2s feel good. And so on the topic of layer 2s, today is going to be talking about this technology that's being built on top of networks. Right now, all of this technology is building on top of Ethereum. So we're going to be talking about Ethereum layer 2s today. dAMM is a automatic market maker, much like Uniswap. And dAMM actually focuses on a different problem that automatic makers have, and that's fractionalized liquidity across the layer 2 solutions built on Ethereum. So things like Arbitrum, things like DXDY or DYDX, I always mix up the lettering. But those layer 2 solutions have fractionalized liquidity that have to be bridged out of their ecosystem to be able to be utilized. And so what dAMM does is it allows you to fragment that liquidity to spread it across layer 2 solutions that rely on the zk rollup technology. And so dAMM allows for this fractionalized liquidity. And it's really a problem that's been happening as layer 2 solutions get built out. You have their own little micro ecosystems that can't communicate with anybody else. So they can't grow organically. And this is a solution to that problem. Even as layer 2s are still being developed, even as layer 2s are still being populated, it is a problem, and it's something that was recognized and something that's being built on. But a part of dAMM, a part of the problems that dAMM has for having that fractionalized liquidity, if you actually scroll a little further down, it should be the benefits of having dAMM is it means that you can have multiple automatic market makers and you benefit from those trades. But the problem is impermanent loss on this fractionalized liquidity model. And so what ends up happening is you have impermanent loss be something that's a lot more risky as far as the issues that you're dealing with. And so this impermanent loss is something that really is a problem within this ecosystem, a problem that the WISE token doesn't have when paired with Ethereum. So utilizing multiple levels of this technology together, I think, is something that's going to be extremely important for the future.
So I'm going to break this down for those people who aren't as technical. And basically, automated market makers, that's what a decentralized exchange is. These are the smart contract exchanges that allow people to just do everything via the blockchain, right? And what's been the problem is you take a Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, an AMM, automated market maker, and you take Sushi Swap, or you take another one. And the problem is the liquidity, all the people that are providing liquidity is limited to just that exchange. So it creates like this war and this limitation of these decentralized exchanges where the liquidity pools are just kind of locked within those exchanges. It'd be like going to a bank where the bank can only use the liquidity and the funds of that one location, right? But there are different branches, and by this dAMM technology of using ZK to spread across different market makers is, it in a sense, bridging together that liquidity. So now people have access to, and that's the benefit: more trades, more fees, multiple markets, and more liquidity. It's better liquidity. So for better,
more arbitrage opportunities too.
Yeah. So this is really huge. This is this is a beautiful development in the world of decentralized exchanges and automated market makers, to have a program that looks to unify liquidity. And of course, it's doing through the ZK technology, which is a layer solution, which is also solving another problem, which you talked about in the last video, for people that need to understand the scalable issues, which means that people are doing this at virtually no cost, oftentimes for free, zero cost for these transactions. And before going into it, let's, is this a good time to go into the technology?
Oh yeah.
Before going into it, let's get into it.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the technology, and I'm just going to read through this article, and we'll stop at some points. But zkSync is a layer 2 protocol based on ZK rollup architecture. And so ZK rollup is kind of like a larger rollup family. And they actually kind of link to a little guide, Vitalik's 2021 guide to rollups. I think that's something that a lot of people should just take the time to read and familiarize yourself with rollup technology. You have so many different types of rollups: optimistic, zkSync, zkSnarks. It's just so much technology in this space. But I believe that this incomplete guide is a great way to start. As you start to learn more about this technology, you start to see what it is that each one is identifying and trying to solve. And so what I love about the ZK technology is the zero knowledge proofs. I mean, really, if you scroll down a little bit more, when you start, a little higher, you're right there. Little, the next one up, right the there. Maximum throughput. So since we're talking about this maximum throughput, this being something that's supposed to scale on Ethereum, this is something that really is going to scale Ethereum. zkSync as a mainnet protocol, its throughput is limited only to the published state of every transaction via the call data of Ethereum. So to ensure data availability within the current block gas limit of 12.5 million, zkSync can process over 2,000 transactions per second. But this is something that's happening now based off of the call data. But with the upgrades to Ethereum 2.0, this scalability furthers that technology. The thing about rollup technology, it relies on the layer 1 solution. So as the layer 1 solution becomes more scalable, it can process more information. If you have a sharded chain, well, now all of a sudden you have 64 shards on Ethereum, where each one of those shards can be processing with the layer 2 solution. So now you have things being built on top of each other. So transactions in zkSync reach the finality of Ethereum once zkSNARK proofs of the zkSync block is generated and accepted by the smart contract. The proof time generation is expected to be about 10 minutes. After that's submitted, the zk proof transaction is finalized as any layer 1 Ethereum transaction included in the same Ethereum block as the transaction with the proof. At that moment, when the user sends a transaction, we wait for the block to get filled. And so we don't generate the proof immediately with higher throughput zkSync systems. The time between calls will decrease in contrast with fraud-based solutions. An example would be like an optimistic rollup. They would require at least 2 weeks of lockout period to operate more or less, which will result in 2 weeks of objective transaction finality time. And so it should be added that Matter Labs and other companies within the zero knowledge proof space are consistent the efficiency while lowering the overall finality time and potentially down to a minute, which is insane because it's the amount of time that it takes to confirm a transaction and to verify it.
This is big. So this is for people who have used Polygon Matic, which is another layer solution built on top of Ethereum. You often find that for security, when people go to bridge off of these solutions, they have to wait 7, 10 days, 14 days. It can be that way depending upon the volume. They tell you up front that there can be a wait time. And this is because of the security. Is that correct? Making sure.
Yep. And right. It depends on the chain you're using because there are 2 chains on Polygon. One focuses more on the security and the other one focuses, because it's a side chain, it has multiple aspects to it, multiple little side chains as far as what they're trying to build out. Eventually, they will have a zk roll-up like technology with Matic, and that's something that's built on their roadmap currently. But as of we speak, it doesn't exist.
Sure. Let's see. Speaking of as we speak, well, did you want to cover some more stuff on this?
No, I think we could move on.
But I know that there's someone else in the space who really does a lot to share and promote the education of this technology that you follow. And
oh yeah,
definitely want to give him a shout out.
So just want to give him a shout out real quick. Pollyanna, or Polania, I don't know how to pronounce the word itself, but this person here, you could follow them on Twitter. They are absolutely amazing as far as understanding the space, understanding what this technology is going to do. They're actually responsible for a lot of the articles that we were reading in the past video. And so this person is a developer in this space with a lot of knowledge to share that I highly recommend. Just learn, if you want to learn about the technology, follow the developers, follow the people building in this space. One of the things that I just wanted to point out real quickly with this tweet is that I do believe that I agree. I wholeheartedly believe that the underappreciated thing with the roll-up technology is the composability. It's possible to have synchronously composable sharded rollups, while it's impossible to do on a monolithic chain. This is something that could happen when you have layers being built. Be the be-all one, end-all one solution to every problem. You're either a jack of all trades and a master of none, or you focus on your craft. And that's honestly how I feel about it.
Example, just explain like what you were saying earlier with zk or Polygon having different side chains. What you can do with these layer 2 solutions was you can have these synchronously composable rollups, which means they're all focusing on different things, but they can be virtually working at the exact same time because they're all being secured by the same foundation. So you can have these separate side chains that are specifically, they're focusing on this or they're focusing on that, but they're able to do it at the exact same time. And it's in a way it's limitless because you can build many of these focusing on specific tasks that are all being secured by that one base layer.
Exactly. And it's something that we're going to get more into is more of this technology. So like Unisync is a technology that I'd like to talk about, which is another zero knowledge proof technology, but instead of it being a roll-up, it's actually an Ethereum virtual machine. So it allows you to use everything that an Ethereum virtual machine would be able to do. It allows you to code within the Solidity smart contract ecosystem. It allows you to code Solidity smart contracts in the same way that you would in any other Ethereum virtual machine. So it's a virtual machine that executes smart contracts in a way that is compatible with zero knowledge proof computation. And it's the key to building an Ethereum virtual tongue twister with all this tech, an EVM compatible ZK rollup, while preserving the battle tested code gained with Solidity, working with Solidity over years. And so this virtual machine is friendly with CPU architecture and traditional architecture. It's essentially the future of scalability with crypto because it's allowing developers that free open range to be able to develop anything they want on it again. And with the zero knowledge proof and with that scalability in mind, it allows you to continue working on Ethereum and scale even further. Mm-hmm. And so we could talk a little bit about the basics of ZK rollups and what they are. If you scroll on down, right down to where it says basics. A ZK rollup is a layer 2 solution that uses the validity proofs to scale computation. Each batch of transactions comes with a cryptographic proof, a zkSync, that is verified by an Ethereum smart contract. This way, every single transaction is verified by Ethereum full nodes before the blocks are finalized. And so what this allows for is finalization across the chains, across the technology. Out of all of the scaling solutions, ZK rollups are the most secure. They rely purely on math to fulfill the inherent security of the layer 1, which is critical for the function in high adversarial environments. Other scaling solutions instead rely on economic guarantees or third parties, and thus are often far weaker security purposes. The validation of state changing in ZK rollups is done through the computation of zero knowledge proof. And any of the state changes is invalid, the proof cannot be produced. And in turn, this means that the entity validating cannot include invalid state changes. That is why we call them sequencers and not validators. They don't validate transactions. The Ethereum smart contract does by relying purely on math. So this is a way for you to be able to monitor fraud. In a way, you don't need to trust this chain nearly as much as you need to trust a centralized layer 2 solution that relies on these economic factors to be able to have the validation done. So a great example would be like Polygon's proof of stake mechanism that they use to be able to validate the transactions between the side chain and the main chain. And so one of the things that this does with this technology is it allows you transactions per second all the way up to 2,000 transactions per second. But ZK rollups are also able to extend past that based off of the security of the layer 1 and the scalability of the layer 1, with ZK Porter technology being able to offer up to 20,000 transactions per second. insane amounts of scalability while still being secure.
And that's on Ethereum as it is now. As you said, as Ethereum moves to proof of stake and shards and becomes faster, the layers built on that become faster. So for those who are involved in other layer one smart contract platforms like Avalanche or Cardano or Polkadot or Tezos, or another one you mentioned that actually does have layer 2 solutions already built.
Tezos is having a roadmap for layer 2s.
And what the point is that while Avalanche, many of these may be very, very scalable layer 1s, they are still in need of layer 2 solutions.
They are one blockchain trying to solve the entire trilemma, and that makes them a monolithic blockchain.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more about monolithic blockchains and why layers are really the future of this evolution of this technology, check out the last video where Jacob explains it to you in detail. Now we're going to go into, unless I'm cutting you short, you want to go?
No, we can go right into it.
Let's do it, brother. You found something really cool that we want to show people. Of course, all in our videos, we're going to leave you the links below so you can read the articles, you can follow along, you can do this yourself. Now, if you already have a MetaMask wallet, then you're going to hop on this link and you're going to connect your MetaMask wallet by just clicking connect your wallet, and it will do that. Walk us through, what is this?
Yeah, so what this is the first DEX, the first automatic market maker being built out on the zero knowledge proof Ethereum virtual machine. This is a fork of Uniswap v2 being built on this technology, but this is all being done from Matter Labs.
Okay.
And so what they've done is they made something amazing. So the way that gas works on this system is you don't actually have to rely on having, let's say, Ethereum as the gas token that you need to be able to make a transaction swap. What you can do is you can use a portion of the tokens between your two pairs to cover that transactional fee.
So I'm just going to explain why this is huge for people who that may like, well, that's not a big deal. So right now, a problem with this technology is that you can have some funds, some tokens to send, but you don't actually have enough Ethereum gas fees to cover that. So you have assets that are in your wallet, and they could be worth a lot more than the gas fees. You could have thousands of dollars in a token, but because you don't have the $2 or $3 that it takes to send in Ethereum, it's stuck. In many ways, because it's stuck, you can't even transact and switch it for Ethereum because it would require gas in Ethereum to make that happen. So this is huge, a huge innovation by deducting the cost from the tokens in the exchange within the wallet. That's in and of itself is a major innovation.
Oh yeah, and this here is actually a website to their testnet, so you can get an idea of this technology as it's being built on, as it's being developed. And so what we're going to show you here today is just how to request tokens from the faucet, how to interact with this technology at Uniswap.
I'm going to do it right now. So also, if you're completely new to crypto and you want to learn how to mess around with decentralized exchanges, hit the notification bell. We'll have we already have how to install a MetaMask wallet if you scroll through our YouTube channel, but we'll be doing an updated video, a new one on how to download and use a MetaMask wallet for Web 3.0, because it's so simple. It's for free. Download your wallet. You come right to this website, and what these faucets, this test page is, it's going to allow you to get some free tokens to experiment with how these exchanges work. So you really can have fun probably pretty soon. Wouldn't it be neat if they could let you experiment with providing liquidity?
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
So it's as simple as clicking the request tokens, and you get free tokens by sending a tweet. And because I've done this a couple of times, I will have to say, yes, I am trying out ZK again.
Again.
All right, and then we send the tweet, and I think at that point we need to go back to, and oh my gosh, look how quick that was. This is live action, live time, no editing. I'm sure you can tell by the premium quality of our content that we just go with the flow, and what you see is what you get, what you hear is what we're saying. So, okay, that was quick. It's the test tokens have already synced up to the wallet. Now, what do? We just as simple as
Select a token, and just like how you would swap on any other automatic market maker, you do it here.
I want out of this USDC, and I'm all in Chainlink, baby. Give me that original Ethereum-based data oracle. So first, allow the Uniswap protocol to use your USDC. When you use these exchanges for the first time, because it's all done through smart contracts and you're the holder of your keys, it's asking for permission. So I click that, and let me move us out of the way. Signature request, sign it. Pending. Wow, that was quick. It's already approved. This just is an example of how fast this network is. And I can swap. Now I can trade. So I'll click the swap button, and let's see the price impact, slippage, liquidity provider fee. Here's all the info, confirm swap.
And notice how you're paying that transaction fee in USDC rather than Ethereum.
Ooh, I almost should go back, but I won't, because it's done. Insufficient.
It's done. Oh, looks like you were short just a little bit on that USDC because you hit max.
No, I already did it. It did it. Sometimes, yeah, I might have actually pressed something again, or it was reading. You know what happens? It was reading maybe 300 on here, and it's because it hadn't switched off yet. You see what I mean? Like,
oh, I see what you mean. Yep, I see.
My previous number was still up, so it said insufficient funds, but that was quick. It's already happened, brother. I've got my link.
It happened so quick I didn't even notice.
And so that's a beautiful achievement. In fact, let's just do it. It was so fast. Let's just do it one more time. And just because now I'm giving them permission to use my link because it's my first time. Okay, so now I say you can use my chain link. Everyone, I encourage you to participate in a lot of these protocols, not just, of course, this is the test faucet, but when you get into these protocols and you experiment and you exchange and you participate, there are rewards and airdrops and benefits just for being members of the community. Now I'm going to click swap. So show me again, what are we looking at here?
So you're looking right there where it says transaction details. It'll actually show you the details of the transaction. It'll show you everything that's happening. And you can, that whatever the token you're swapping for a different token is the one you're paying in gas fees. So you're paying 0.001692 link for the gas of this transaction.
Brilliant. Brilliant. It's taking it right out of your link. This is huge achievement in blockchain and cryptocurrency. This is a big deal. Oh, it's telling you you're taking too long. Okay, I accept that. All right. We're taking longer than this does. So let me just go through with it. You showed it again. It was just important because that's a very valuable aspect to this whole process. And it's done. And we swapped again. We just did 2 swaps. That's how quick it is. And that's how quick it's going to be when the mainnet comes. So if you'd like to play around with this, don't forget, we are going to leave the links in the description below. So check out the articles. Well, how do you feel? Did we cover this pretty well, Jacob?
We covered everything.
And we're going to cover more of everything. If you like this kind of content, again, we really appreciate your support. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know other projects you're interested in. We are definitely going to be walking through some more non-test exchanges and other places around the world of DeFi and crypto to really show you how to engage in these different, whether it's Avalanche, and Pangolin, whether it's Cosmos and Osmosis, the Elrond, we've got Harmony One. What's going on with, oh, of course, the Kepler pops up. What's going on with Wise Token in the team in the largest locked liquidity in decentralized in smart contracts? I don't know of another one. Ownerless locked liquidity. It's the pioneer and the paver and the layers. Speaking of layers, the layers that are being built on that is something to remark as well. So if you like this kind of content and you want to have a little crypto education, analysis, and opportunities come your way, give us a little love and support. We appreciate it. I'm going to say until the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste.
You have a nice one, guys.